Hey everybody, welcome back. Number 110 in the Criterion Collection. Monsieur Hulot's Holiday. Monsieur Hulot. Directed by Jacques Tati from France from 1953. This turned out to be a pleasant surprise. I enjoyed this. The Criterion Collection is a little heavy on drama and a little light on comedy. And this is a comedic film, which is a nice break. In fact, of all of the foreign films that I've watched here so far, which I can actually tell you how many foreign films I have watched as a part of this project. Uh, to do 48. So, of the 48 foreign films I have watched so far in the Criterion Collection, this is the one that least needs you to know the language or read the subtitles. It is a talkie, technically. Um, but it is mostly a slapstick comedy. Think Charlie Chaplin. That's a pretty good, or Mr. Bean. In fact, this character, Monsieur Hulot, who is apparently going to be the star of our next two films as well, is one of the inspirations for Mr. Bean. So if you've seen Mr. Bean, this is one of the places where he got his start. So yeah, it's a lot of slapstick. It's a lot of prat. Well, not so much on the pratfalls. There's a few, but um, I mean, it's stuff like he's straightening a tilted picture, and in the process, the thing he's holding in his hand is unstraightening the picture behind him, and then he turns, and the same thing happens, right? Or people are getting distracted by looking at him, even though he's just a regular looking guy. I don't know why people are staring at him all the time. And then uh, they run into something, or there's a guy who drops something in a fish tank and he rolls up his sleeve to get it out. And then he sees Monsieur Hulot. And after Monsieur Hulot does his thing, the guy reaches in with the other one to grab the thing and then looks over and goes. So it's not uproariously hilarious, but it is a mild good time. I enjoyed it. It's not much of a story, though. And honestly, you could watch it without subtitles and pick up from context the little bit of dialogue that matters. But essentially, Monsieur Hulot goes on holiday. That's the plot. That's it. So he's got a beat up old car. He doesn't seem to fit in with all the other people on holiday. There's hints of romantic interest that doesn't really play out. But mostly it's just scenes of slapstick comedy at a beachside resort. One interesting thing I do want to talk about is there are at least two versions of this movie because the director later, it came out in 1953. I have to check to get dates. I apologize. I just cannot remember numbers. Oh, and we are taking too much time now. Anyway, at a later time, he released a second version where he edited the film, and he lengthened this scene and shortened that scene and basically touched it up. This was the director's second film. And so he released another cut of it. And I totally understand that impulse, right? I am barely a filmmaker. I've done some short films. I did one feature film. I don't even highly recommend them. They're on this channel. I was much younger. I was doing the best I could with what I had. Anyway, one of the first short films I made was in college. In fact, most of the short films I made were in college. And it was what if in D&D you were playing a college student instead, and so it cuts back and forth to people playing at the table and then cutting to the college campus where the action happens. It's a comedy. And honestly, I'm pretty happy with the three Unnatural 20 short films that I made. They're not the greatest in the world, but I made them with my friends. We had a good time doing it. I think the premise is good. I think some of the jokes still stand up. I'm okay with them. I could do them better now. But one of the things I discovered as I made some of the later Unnatural 20 films is I liked the look of hyper saturating the color, making the colors overwhelmingly bright for the fictional college student stuff, and then having the colors be regular for the gamers at the table. And so I did go back and do a version of my original short Unnatural 20 film where I did change it, right? So I understand as you learn and become better at your craft, wanting to go back and change it. On the other hand, Star Wars, right? A lot of people have a lot of strong feelings about the special editions because George Lucas changed a lot. Now, I understand his desire to do so. I can do better now. I can make it more like I wanted it to look, and I can fix the things I don't like. I get it. I get the desire. And is it right? Is it wrong? That's a subjective question. Everybody's going to have a different opinion. In my opinion, I think it's fine for a director to go back and change their stuff as long as they make sure that both versions are available, right? You release a director's cut or a director's special edition, but make sure that the original is still out there because people will have connections. People will have a fondness and a tie for it. People will have a preference. Even though you're doing something to make it better in your opinion, once you make a piece of media, a book, a movie, a TV show, whatever, it's not solely yours anymore. And again, my opinion. This is all my opinion. If your opinion differs, cool. But the audience interacts with your medium and it takes on a life, right? Audiences will find jokes where you didn't mean for there to be jokes, and those may turn out to be the best jokes. Audiences will love characters that you didn't care about, that you didn't realize were going to be so popular. So the way an audience interacts with a film changes it. Look at the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Look at what audiences have done to that. And there's a reason it's been playing in theaters for 50 years, and it's because audiences claimed it and made it their own. Does that mean the creator has no rights? No, of course not. I feel like the creator can make a different version and tweak it and adjust it all you want, and then you let the audience have the choice. They can try the new thing. They can stick with what they've formed a relationship with. I think that's the way to go. Star Wars didn't do that. They made it so that the original versions are almost impossible to find, right? No new printings because he only wanted people to enjoy the new version. I think that's wrong. But I don't think the impulse to go back and fix a thing because you've learned more and you can do more now is wrong. I get the desire. You just got to make sure it's labeled separately and that both are available. That's how I feel about it. Now, do you feel differently? Cool. Tell me about it in the comments. You're not going to change my mind, but I'm not going to change your mind. So, I'm still interested in hearing how you feel. Anyway, so, you know what? I just realized why I could not find the year. I was looking at the wrong Wikipedia page. I was looking at the director, and it did not have... Okay. So remember way back when I talked about different versions? So 1953 is when the original came out. The second version came out in 1962. So, quite a while later, and he had learned some stuff, and he wanted to do things differently. Anyway, so the next couple movies are going to be more of Monsieur Hulot. The next one is called... It's French again. Of course it's French. It's a French film. Mon Oncle. I'll say it's Mon Oncle. Directed by Jacques Tati from France from 1958. So it'll be more of Monsieur Hulot. Monsieur Hulot is a very pleasant, nice chap. He's a bit oblivious, but he is perfectly friendly, happy, a little bit charming. He's just kind of a good-natured bumbling fool, right? So, And we get 3 movies with him. Apparently there are 4 movies with him in it, but only 3 of them in this Criterion collection, which is interesting, but that's okay. So I will see you guys next time for number 111, Mon Uncle. Mon Uncle. And I apologize for my inability to pronounce foreign language. Anyway, you should be used to it by now. I will see you guys next time. Thank you as always for being a part of my journey. Have a good one.